Okay, welcome to the first match. We won the die roll, gonna play first. This hand is a bit so-so, but I think it's too good to mulligan. We have a couple of early interaction, a cantrip. Not too many lands, so I think we're gonna keep this. I don't think you can mulligan a hand like that, but I could be wrong. So, gonna start with a Scalding Tarn, so we can fetch basic island for sword score if we gonna sword score. Since we basically want to sword score if we don't have to lightning bolt. And preferably without taking unnecessary damage. That is the worst card we could draw in the entire deck. So sad. But at least we got a thing in the eyes, which is a good draw here. Something proactive to do on our turn 2. But yeah, drawing the second Reveler there is really awkward. That was very aggressive and interesting. So we are playing against probably some... What's the card called again? We played against it last time already. Against the balance version of the Cascade deck. So we better keep that in mind, and I think a good plan is to just double bolt the heck out of this Nahiri and pass the turn. After the opponent spent so many resources to make it happen. Yeah, Restore Balance was the name of the balance card. There we go. So, I'm gonna pass and either bolt at the end of turn or sword score, probably sword score, which makes, since if we bolt we go down to 2 instants or sorceries in the graveyard. If we score we might end up with 3 or 4, which makes our Bedlam Revelers easier castable. And we also can use the cantrip better than the 3 random damage to the face at the moment, I think. Partially to flip our thing in the eyes and partially to make our Revelers better. Oh. Almost casted at the opponent. That would have been kinda bad. Okay. That's reasonable. I think I'm just not gonna pay life here because we don't really have to. Get to rebuy our Snapcaster Mage. That's another reason why I like more than one Snapcaster Mage, because of the interaction with Awoken Horror. Okay, so he has a Violent Outburst or an Ajani next turn if he wants to. Ajani is kind of good here, because it actually lets him lock down our Awoken Horror. But if that's all he does, that's fine, because Then we can just snapcast a bolt. And we have Vapor Snake against his Greater Gargadon. That is fine. We can even Spell Pierce his Violent Outburst now, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, he's gonna go for it here. It's fine. See, that's like the situations that I had in mind when I was talking about Spell Pierce. It's just really efficient when you're applying pressure on the opponent. How long till the other one's happening? Quite some time. Alright. So, Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce to restore balance. And I think we wanna leave Vapor Snake open here. So we can either rebuy Snapcaster Mage. He has an Ajani in hand. Yeah, I think there's no point in risking anything. It's not likely that we're gonna have to use the Vapor Snake, but I think I'd rather have it up than like another Delver in play. I guess casting a Zero Visions would be reasonable. That's fine. Yep, so he's dead. That's okay. And we just bolt him. And he dies. Okay, so we want some more counter magic against his Planeswalkers and his restore balances. We might want to dispel because he has ricochet traps. And I think Smash is pretty good against his border posts. Which he probably has quite a bunch of. Forkbolt is really bad. Spell Snare is really bad. For obvious reasons. And I think we probably can cut this guy because the matchup will have us usually sit on a counterspell trying to not lose to his combo. And if he combos, we can't draw cards anyway. So I think we'll leave it as is. That seems solid. Gonna keep this hand again. It's interesting that we run into this type of deck twice now, after I basically have never seen it before. Yes, maybe people start trying to make it a thing, I don't know. If he goes, oh, he has no border post, so we can just play this and cast at least one of those, I think. The second thing in the eyes, I'm not sure. Probably not, because he could combo next turn. So I think it's worth it to at least cast one this turn, see what he has, and then decide. So he has the Outburst and the Ricochet Trap, but is missing a land. So I think we kind of want to wait another turn. If he hits the land here, we're probably in a really bad spot, because we lose a lot of our hand cards and our board, but at least he has nothing set up to pressure us, so, and he has to sacrifice a land. So while we would be in a bad spot, it would be manageable. Okay, let's see what he drew. Opponent is taking his time. Alright. Feel free to let me look at my hand. That makes no sense. So I guess we're looking at our own hand and still draw a card, because that's not quite what the opponent was hoping for. But we got rid of his Ricochet Trap for free. That's definitely a good thing. Oh, so he even had a Spirit Guide for Outburst. Interesting. I feel like he probably had to go for it there either way, and wasting his trap when all he needs is a land to protect this Outburst makes no sense. But okay, we'll take it. And we can even like protect our things in response if we want to. We could have really used a land here. And very unfortunate to draw 2 smash while he does not have any border posts, while he probably runs quite a lot of them. So we could counter that, but we won't. I think I'm gonna go for it anyway. Like, if he outbursts here, that's okay. Probably want to keep those two. At least he still lost the border post. So yeah, I guess we negate that. Of course, he drew a ricochet trap this turn, last turn. At least he drew a border post and not a land. I think now we just blow up his border post and hope he doesn't draw a land. I guess it might be a bit risky to do that. Maybe it's better to just wait and leave negate up. But that way we put him on one draw step, which I like, and even if he draws the land here, it might be like a shock duel, and if it's a basic or a fetch land, then he goes to 1, Kanajani, one guy, goes to 4, and we still have a guy in play, which is not the worst spot because our guy can kill a Ajani. So I think all in all it's worth giving him, it's worth it to kill the border post rather than leave negate up to get the Snapcaster out, because otherwise we might be in like a weird reactive spot.